Did you know that your life is part of the biggest story ever written?
You are part of a narrative that is way bigger than you could ever imagine.
If you want to know what that story is and how it all ends, check out this episode of The Loop Show.
We found a story that Jesus told that helps us better understand our own story.
And we're going to teach you a simple prayer that you can practice when you're looking for things to get better.
Hang on for the loop!
4, 3, 2, 1. We have a liftoff.
I'm Ricky!
I'm Jamie!
All right, just before we were filming, I was going through the comment section of my favorite nursery rhyme videos.
Hey, you're free to spend your time however you want to, dude.
Okay, see if you can guess the nursery rhyme based off of the comment section.
Whoa!
Ready?
Yes, ready!
Okay, let's go with, can you imagine the noise at this place? All those cows and chickens.
Cows and chickens. Old MacDonald had a farm.
Yep,
Yes.
Here's another one.
Okay.
This comment says, this mouse is on a schedule.
Hickory Dickory Dock.
Ooh, okay. One more.
Yes, one more.
This one says, I was with you up until the point that dinnerware was running around.
Okay, so I think that's when the dish ran away with the spoon. That would make it hey diddle diddle.
Yes!
Woo!
Jamie, you are really good at this.
Thank you. I may or may not spend my weekend studying classic nursery rhymes.
Hey, you're free to spend your time however you want to, dude.
Stories and rhymes are passed down from one generation to the next.
The Bible is full of stories that Jesus told and are passed down to us.
Jesus taught with parables.
A parable is a story when all the pieces come together.
A bigger spiritual lesson is revealed.
And today we're not just going to look at one of the parables Jesus told, but we're going to look at why he told the story to his friends.
Listen to what we find in the book of Luke chapter 18, verse 1 through 8. Then Jesus told his disciples a parable to show them that they should always pray and not give up. He said, in a certain town there was a judge who neither feared God nor cared what people thought. And there was a widow in that town who kept coming to him with the plea, grant me justice against my adversary. For some time he refused, but finally he said to himself, even though I don't fear God or care what people think, yet because this widow keeps bothering me, I will see that she gets justice, so that she won't eventually come and attack me. And the Lord said, listen to what the unjust judge says. And will not God bring about justice for his chosen ones who cry out to him day and night? Will he keep putting them off? I tell you, he will see that they get justice, and quickly. However, when the Son of Man comes, will he find faith on the earth? This story is called The Persistent Widow. Jesus told it to his friends and followers. There are two main characters, an unrighteous judge and a tenacious widow. The widow was treated unfairly, and she asked the judge to help her. At first, he ignored her, but she didn't give up. She kept asking him over and over until he finally helped and justice was served. The story has several pieces. It teaches us how God listens to our prayers, and it's a reminder to keep praying with faith and determination.
I grew up loving stories, books, movies, comics, stories passed down in my family, really any kind of storytelling. But one of my favorite storytellers, besides Jesus of course, is Stan Lee, the creator of the Marvel comics. I was immersed in the worlds that he created, superheroes, villains, the epic battle between good and evil, with good always winning in the end. But more than that, I was inspired by the message behind his stories. Like in Spider-Man, when Uncle Ben tells Peter Parker, with great power comes great responsibility. That stuck with me. It taught me early on that if I have the ability or a gift, it's meant to help others, not just hoard to myself. You can tell a lot about a storyteller by the kinds of stories that they tell. Stan Lee used his gift to remind his readers that anyone, no matter their background, skin color, gender, income, can be a hero. And that tells us a lot about who he is, which brings me to the GOAT of storytelling, the greatest of all time, Jesus, of course. In Luke 18, Jesus tells us the parable of the persistent widow, a story of what to do while we wait on God to bring justice. While we wait for evil to be finally defeated, Jesus tells us to pray always and never give up, but not just for ourselves, for others too. That we can bring every pain, every injustice, every hurt to God. And just like Stan Lee's stories reveal who he is, Jesus' parables show us who he is. He tells stories of justice, mercy, redemption, because that is the story that God is writing for the whole world. That the world started in balance, sin broke it, but spoiler, just like the widow got justice, that's how the world's story ends. Through Jesus' life, death, and resurrection, justice is restored completely, forever, and no part 2 needed. So in the meantime, we use our superpower and gifts, prayer and faith. We can pray all the prayers. We can put our faith not in the things that fade, but in the eternal story of God's justice. Because of Jesus, a real-life superhero, justice will finally defeat evil. Oh, and spoiler, the story is still being written, and we're in it. Now, that's a story worth telling.
You know, there are a bunch of stories that we grow up with. Oh, hello, Mystery Hand. Good to see you.
See if you can guess what story I'm telling. One person will get the title of a classic story. They can only make sounds to get the other person to guess what it is.
Ooh, fun.
Only sounds, no words. You'll have 1 minute to guess as many as possible. Listen up and tell me, what story am I telling?
How fun! I'm excited.
Me too.
Let's do it. Ricky.
Yeah.
Haha, are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
All right, the first one. Dee, 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 dee. Rawr. Nom, 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 nom.
Oh, Three Little Pigs.
Oh.
Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh, you did it!
Yes.
Yes!
Okay.
We did it. Shh. Shh. Dee, 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 dee.
Humpty Dumpty?
No.
Okay, I don't know the name of it, but the thing with the cats and the milk.
Oh.
Is there food involved?
No food involved.
Okay.
Okay, time is up. So you can take your mask off.
Okay.
Oh, so it's witches. Is it Snow White? Knock, knock, knock. Is it Three Little Pigs? So there's a rooster. Is it Moana? Because there's a. So there's a witch. Not Enchanted.
And that is time. I'm sorry.
Bummer.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it Shrek?
No.
Oh.
But
Rapunzel?
no.
Oh, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
No.
Pass.
Okay. The Three Little Pigs.
Yep.
Yay. Okay. Snow White. Sleeping Beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Haha.
Ding.
Old MacDonald. Oh, is this is the one that you were talking about earlier? Yeah, the Beanstalk, Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yay.
Oh my gosh. That was really fun. That was so much harder than I thought it was going to be.
Wow.
In 1979, a book came out called The Cave of Time. It was one of the first game books, which are better known as Choose Your Own Adventure books. I'm sure you've read one of these books before. They're super fun. You read a few pages, and then the book gives you a choice, like if you want to go into the secret passageway, turn to page 23. If you want to run out of the castle screaming, turn to page 44. You get to decide what happens next. Sometimes your path leads to a good ending, and sometimes not so much. When I was a kid, I loved these books, and I did something kind of weird. I kept track of the page numbers. I had a notebook, and as I read, I would make a choice and then write down the page number. If I got a happy ending, I'd write good next to that line of page numbers. And if it was a bad ending, I'd write bad. I guess I thought I was helping future generations avoid making any mistakes I made. Now, imagine I walked up to you with a list of page numbers from a Choose Your Own Adventure book and said, these pages lead to good endings. Trust me. Would you believe me? What if I told you I knew the person who wrote that book? Would that help you trust me more? Here's why I'm telling you this. When Jesus came to earth, it was almost like he was saying something like that. People wanted to know the way to God's good life, and Jesus was like, I know how the story ends, and you can trust me because I know the one who wrote it all. We're all living in the middle of God's big story. And in many of Jesus' parables, he gives us clues about the big finale. So, want to know the ending? God promises to end sin and fix everything sin has broken. One day, our world will be completely restored. When God created the world, it was full of justice. Everything was fair and good. One day, it will be like that again. Justice will be back in balance. Jesus came to earth to prove that God keeps his promises. Back to that list of page numbers. It's not easy to trust when you don't have all the information. It's a matter of faith. God asks us to trust him that things will be good even when we can't see the whole picture. He has a plan and he gives us a choice. You can put your faith in God and his eternal story of justice and goodness, or you can put your trust in things that won't last. Things like sin, selfishness, and injustice. You get to choose. Jesus' teachings ask a big question. Do you believe God's promises are true? God's justice was there at the beginning of time, and it will be there at the end. And when you believe that, God invites you into quite an adventure. As his partner, he wants you to help undo what sin has done. He wants you to help build his unshakable kingdom here on earth. That means praying for others, standing up for what's right, and not giving up. It means following Jesus' example of listening, caring, and spreading God's goodness until the world is restored and evil is no more. So, what adventure will you choose? Following things that fade away, or following Jesus into God's everlasting adventure?
Okay, for round 2 of What Story Am I Telling? We're leveling up.
All right, so the storyteller is going to read a summary of a story wearing one of these.
There's no timer for this one.
We're just gonna see how many we can get.
So listen up and tell me, what story am I telling? Okay, ready? All right. A treat comes to life. Please, everyone. But is eventually caught and devoured.
The gingerbread man.
Yay! Good job. Okay.
Thank you.
A girl must spin straw into a precious metal with the help of a strange man with an even stranger name. The name is Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin?
Yay!
Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin. A girl uses the world's longest ponytail to get a prince to climb her tower and help her escape.
And his name was
Stiltskin!
No, Rapunzel.
Yay, Rapunzel!
Yay!
You did it! Good job!
You did great, Jamie.
Ah, thank you.
Ready?
I'm so ready. This is great.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
This is lucky. The season is that they are started skating a liquor shop.
Something about skating and licorice. No? Okay. An ambitious spider refuses to let the weather stop it from scaling
a water spout.
a water spout. Oh, I'm sorry. Itsy Bitsy Spider. I'm sorry. I was like, what is this movie? Okay.
Our overconfident long-eared owl is in a race Like a slow and steady turtle.
Say turtle again.
Turtle.
That's funny.
Turtle.
Turtle. Okay, the tortoise and the hare.
Yeah!
Yeah, that was fun. Oh, there's another one. Oh my goodness. Okay, last one.
A child.
A child.
Leaps into a house.
Oh, hold on. Walks into a house.
Leaps into a house.
Breaks into a house.
Tries the hay.
Tries the hay.
Tries the hay.
Tries the food.
Food. Chairs.
Tries the food.
Chairs and bed.
It's okay, and the bed.
When the residents return, the girl quickly escapes.
But when the residence returns, the dog tries to escape.
The girl quickly escapes.
Oh, I thought that they caught her sleeping in the bed.
Quickly escapes.
Quickly on skates.
Oh, yeah.
Goldilocks. Woo! And the three bears.
Hey!
Ah, that was funny.
A child.
A child.
The parable of the persistent widow starts like this. Jesus told his disciples a story. He wanted to show them that they should always pray and not give up. Prayer is powerful, and we're going to practice praying as one big team. We're going to talk to God and ask for his help with something that really matters. Here's how we'll pray as a group. You can bow your head or keep your eyes open. You can pray out loud or quietly in your heart. Just be respectful to the people around you and really think about the words you're saying. I'll say a line and then you repeat it after me. God, justice is your design. I want everyone on earth to know your righteousness. Count me in as your partner. Lead me to where things are broken and direct me on how to make a difference. Until your world is restored and evil is no more. Amen. Your prayers matter to God, so keep talking to him.
Ooh.
Does your jaw hurt?
Okay, well, my cheeks hurt the most, but it's partially from this and then partially just from laughing a lot.
Same. It's been a while since we've done a challenge with the mouth guards.
Yep, this isn't our first time.
No, check out our channel for more challenges just like this.
Listen up and tell me,
What story are you telling?
are you spreading God's goodness and helping build his kingdom?
Partner with God and make a difference.
You get to play a part in undoing what sin has done.
Until God's world is restored.
And evil is no more.
Amen.
As you keep praying for justice,
Don't forget to
enjoy the ride!